Sorry. I got cut off. I always get cut off every time my timer goes off. Where was I? John 13. Jesus predicts his betrayal. Blah, blah, blah. I am telling you this now before it happens, so that when it does happen, you will believe that I am who I am. Very truly, I tell you, whoever accepts anyone I send accepts me, and whoever accepts me accepts the one who sends me. After he had said this, Jesus was troubled in spirit and testified, very truly, I tell you, one of you is going to betray me. His disciples stared at one another, at a loss to know which of them he meant. One of them, the disciple whom Jesus loved, was reclining next to him. Simon Peter motioned to this disciple and said, "Ask him which one he means." Leaning back against Jesus, he asked him, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I will give this piece of bread when I have dipped it in the dish." Then, dipping the piece of bread, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. As soon as Judas took the bread, Satan entered into him. Isn't that interesting? So Jesus told him, "What you are about to do, do quickly." But no one at the meal understood why Jesus said this to him. Since Judas had charge of the money, some thought Jesus was telling him to buy what was needed for the festival or to give something to the poor. As soon as Judas had taken the bread, he went out, and it was night. Jesus predicts Peter's denial. When he was gone, Jesus said, "Now the Son of Man is glorified." And I keep getting these texts. Now the Son of Man is glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will glorify the Son in himself and will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and just as I told the Jews, so I can tell you now, where I am going, you cannot come. A new command I give to you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. It seems so simple, but it's not. Simon Peter asked him, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus replied, "Where I am going, you cannot follow now, but you will follow later." Peter asked, "Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." But Jesus answered, "Will you really lay down your life for me? Very truly, I tell you, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. Isn't that interesting? Because the one guy is like, "I'll lay down my life for you." And then he ends up in reality acting like he never even knew Jesus. 3 times! Versus Jesus actually did lay down his life. Right? So it just shows the difference. So that was John 13. And so then there's the devotional part called Servant Leaders. So we'll read that really quick and be done. Probably a good thing the other video got cut off. Otherwise it would have been too long. So, sorry. Okay, hold on. Servant Leaders, John 13, 1 through 17. NBC's Dateline News magazine did a segment on a revolutionary idea for the business world, servant leadership. Stone Phillips wondered, can humility and faith be good for business? Was Jesus the ultimate CEO? It's an image nearly 2,000 years old and a message that true leaders are servants first. It's an idea that's finding new disciples in corporate America. Stone Phillips interviewed Larry Spears, who owns a worldwide nonprofit organization headquartered in Indianapolis. Larry suggests a leadership model based on sacrifice and service by those at the top toward those below them in the chain of command. Wouldn't that be nice if that was actually a thing at my workplace? It is not. He said, servant leadership sort of challenges people to be brave and courageous and to bring ideas like friendship and perhaps even love to the workplace. Jesus was the ultimate servant leader. He knew he would be putting his mission in the hands of the disciples in the coming hours as he headed to the cross. It would soon be their turn to spread the good news of the gospel message. So he demonstrated servant leadership in a profoundly beautiful way. On the night before his trial and crucifixion, Jesus took the lead by humbly, lovingly kneeling at the feet of his followers and washing the dirt from their feet. Perhaps he was thinking of how their feet would carry them to parts of the world they probably hadn't even yet heard about as they spread the good news about the Messiah. Perhaps he reminisced about the places they had walked together. Perhaps he prayed that their feet would stand strong when they faced the persecution to come. This was surely a precious, intimate moment with his friends. I always wanted to do the feet washing with people. But I suppose it's not something you do just for fun. But I thought that would be an awesome, like, small group activity to do the feet washing. Anyway, we women have grown accustomed to serving our friends and family. We serve dinner and wash dishes. We wash dirty faces. We serve on committees, and we carry out our roles as servants. May we humbly lead those we love to the servant leader, Jesus, the one who was willing to humble himself and wash us whiter than snow. There is actually a homeless shelter close by that's what they do, is they will literally, like, wash your feet. It's super awesome. Anyway, that is John 13. Next is John 14. Jesus comforts his disciples. Jesus, the way to the Father. Jesus promises the Holy Spirit. That's it. So we'll read that later. Anyway, have a good day.